Hi everybody, welcome back to a new Vintage Story single player series in Vintage Story 120.1 stable. I've been hinting, well actually I've not been hinting, I've been blatantly talking about this now for a long time. And for those who remember, in the dim distant past I did a episode series which was based around Minecraft and not settling in one place, just constantly moving and exploring and the likes, called Nomad, and I even did a sequel to it called Nomad 2, imaginative title. So this is Vintage Story Nomad. Now this is modded. I have a list of mods which I am going to scroll through slowly, but there is going to be a link in the description which will take you to a Google Sheet which contains all of the mods used in this. It's based heavily around the tent bag mod. There is other stuff like the rust and rot for additional creatures. Better foraging with ripened wild crops, primitive survival for more food options, lots of exploration stuff, lots of bits and pieces of building, stuff to make the bowtorns slightly less annoying in the dark, because they are very annoying in the dark. So we're using the glowtorns mod, which gives them a little bit of a glow so you can see them better in the dark, because they can shoot you from miles away. And a whole bunch of other bits and pieces, chisel tools, carry on, canoe mods, lots of movement mods, stuff like that, better ruins for exploration, better backpacks for more space, you know, stuff. X skills we're going to have a go at. I've never played with X skills before, so we're going to see how that works for us. Anyway, let's start and create a new world. Nomad is a standard world. We're going to customize and we are going to do survival, infinite lives. I'd like it to be warm. I would like to have a 10-day grace timer. This is going to be rough because with the rust and rot creatures that gives us a whole load of hostile mobs which I need to be able to prepare a little bit for, otherwise the nights are just going to be very, very miserable. Off the bat. So death punishment will drop, doesn't matter, and we'll stick that to an hour. Survival challenges seasons enabled, 9-day months, true winters, sand and gravel only, no cave-ins. We're going to set our life to 20. That kind of mirrors Minecraft to my mind more. Health regeneration normal, hunger rate we're going to slightly slower that down. Lung capacity, I like a 2-minute lung capacity. Better reflects, I think. Fairly normal. I think most people can do 60 seconds to 120 seconds. It's, provided they're not being too exertion. Walk speed normal, creature hostility, creature strength. I don't like the fact that the creatures swim to 100%. I'm gonna kind of go somewhere between the two at 150%. Just because I don't like it. Food spoilage is fine. Sapling tool durability we're going to do to 200%, just because I really do not like this becoming a game of let's just make lots and lots of tools. We shall do 8-block pro pick mode. We will do most cubic blocks. We are going to have a colour accurate map, and we are going to allow us to get clutter, because clutter is just building stuff. Temporal stability, we are going to have temporal rifts off, we can use infinite, and we are going to allow sleeping during temporal storms, just to give us that option should we wish it. World generation is going to be realistic. Land cover, I normally do 70%. I think I'm going to drop to 60. Land cover scale, how much ocean will be between pieces of land? So 100. Let's do 150. Actually, and we'll make you 70. We'll do there. Upheaval rate 30. We'll leave. Geologic activity rare. Landform scale is shapes of the terrain. What determine where lakes, mountains, hill, how common they are, and option E, and what climate they can occur. That's fine. We'll leave it. World width. We'll leave. Edge. We're unlikely to meet it. but we will make it blocked just on the very off chance that I do. Global temperature normal, storage structure distance scaling 100%, blah blah blah. We are going to up the spawn rate of metals to 160%. We're going to make copper uncommon and tin rare. I'm going to have snow and ice enabled. So if anybody wants to create, and we are going to go with vintage story dash Nomad. That's our seed. Okay, let's apply, let's create, and see what we get. So this is going to be, certainly for the first episode or two, is going to be a little bit slow, a little bit standard vintage story start. However, because vintage story start is, I think, more interesting than Minecraft start, we will not skip over it too much. I wouldn't worry too much about the error messages. Those are just some recipe outputs. All of this has been tested fairly excessively, so hopefully we'll get there, and let's see what we get. I'll be ready to leg it if it spawns me right next to a wolf, which I've had happen before. Eventually. So as I say, there will be a mod list in the description. I've been leaning heavily into getting my Discord server up and running and working properly as well, so I'll be putting detail on that one in the description. I'm moving away from the old WordPress blogs, which I'll be honest, I didn't use a great deal. I'm not a blogger. And eventually we will get, maybe, are we there? Still carving mountains. Yeah, still doing its thing. Up, rolling hills, there we go. We've got a movement, sheer cliffs, plains, and return again. And there we go. We've got the load. I want my last selection, and I am sticking with my hunter class. Wow. Okay. Yeah, take a chill pill. Right, let's have a look at the map. Where are we? We are up a hill. There's really not a huge amount that way. I see there's a trader there by the looks of it. So we're going to have to settle in an area initially, but the first thing I've got to do is work out how to get down from this, because this is not a good starting point to have to get down from, in all honesty. It's reminiscent of the Iron Man start, actually, in that respect. Right, come on, down there, and down, and down. So we're going to need flints, we're going to need reeds, we're going to need sticks, we're going to need some grass, and all the other things that go alongside it. And we're going to need to keep our things. So, right, first things first, F8, we are going to go into weather effects. We're going to turn off raindrops and hailstones and snowflakes and dust. We're going to have lightning, we're going to leave clouds on, we're going to turn off fog effects. That will do there. Text alteration doesn't really matter because we're not talking sound effects. We haven't blocked anything yet. Scene brightness settings, we're just going to leave that there. Color correction we're not doing anything with, and camera movement we're doing that. Right, what else have we got? F7, no. Control M, no. Shift M. It was F7. Have I not got? Maybe I've not got. I can't remember whether campaign cartographer was one of this one. Maybe it should be. Anyway, we need to continue and concentrate on actually surviving and not dying. That's always a good thing to do for the start. Let's start off with a few berries. Because berries will keep me alive at a pinch. I'm still looking for flintage. That was one. It's not an ideal. This potentially could have some hostiles in the area. Snake. That's just driftwood. Right, we need, well, we might as well, while we're at it, start off. Now we have got Napster. It has updated to 120.1, although the old version worked fine, so I'm guessing that there wasn't a lot to update on Napster. But Apache has now updated all of his mods. Did them literally last night, as at the time, against the time of me recording this. So yeah, didn't hang around. So first things first, sticks and reeds, lots and lots of reeds. If I see flint, we grab it, but what we really need right now is storage, and then we can think about exploring a little bit. So yeah, normally in any vintage story playthrough, the very first thing you're going to want to do is find some reeds. So that is what we're going to do, and we are going to get all the reeds, not just a few reeds, just we're going to get all of them. We'll have you as well. And yeah, I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, we're steadily getting on. Now I found mushrooms, as well as sticks of course, which I am grabbing. You would think that the jack-o'-lantern, that looks like a safe mushroom. That one actually does 6 hit points of damage. The witch's hat, on the other hand, is perfectly fine to eat. So yeah, just goes to show you the ones you think are the. I mean, witch's hat sounds like a dangerous mushroom, doesn't it? It sounds like, you know, they're warning you off. I also have got 3 Sammys. But we have got a bunch of these, which should be enough to make 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets, which is a good start to the day. Now the other thing I would like is I need to make, I think I do 1, 2, 3, no, that's it, it's just 3, and then we go with a stick and a cordage and a knife to make a fishing spear. So that's going to help us in the short term. I also do want to make myself a normal basket, so I'm going to need a lot more of these, because we have got carry-on, which is going to be really handy for carrying. I mean, who knew with a name like Carry-On, eh? The mushrooms are being marked because we have got the alchemy mod. Actually, that's a good point, but now it's too early doors for us to be faffing around with alchemy. We haven't even got glass or anything yet. But you do need the dangerous mushrooms, so I've not used it myself. This will be a first. But come on. Ooh. I'm going to need a light for that though, aren't I? So let's sort myself out a torch and a means of lighting it. Oh, I'm going to need more sticks by a long shot as well, but that's fine. Okay, there we go, and then you can go in my offhand. Again, while we have the grace period, as long as I've got to make sure that they're way back. I haven't got a pickaxe yet, so the way back up has got to either be traversable by taking some dirt, which of course I've not picked up, or just by hopping. So Yeah, that really didn't give us anything, did it? In fact, yeah. I'll take you. That will do me. We'll get back out of here. So, as hello, food. As holes in the ground go, disappointing. So yeah, but we can at least go and jump into those. It doesn't mean that we're absolutely safe. The ruins can still spawn their pre-generated mobs. So yeah, you can't just go in and assume that you're absolutely safe to do whatever you like for the first 10 days. That's just going to be against normal day-to-day everyday spawns, not against any ruin spawns. I learned that one the hard way when I was testing this pack out. There was a very large castle ruin, and that very large castle ruin, I walked up to it and immediately a bowtorn dropped out and started sniping me from a distance. Did not go down well. You need more than that. I'm going to need more than that anyway, because I also want some more cordage, because I need to make a boogie board. With primitive survival becomes one of the better forms of transport, but we have got the canoe mod, which will allow me to make a canoe at some point in the future. Obviously we have the boat, which when we are ready we'll be able to make, although that's some distance away. We have also got the rivers mod, so it's the river server side version, not the full version, so you don't get the flowing rivers. They just I don't know whether there's any on the map actually at the moment. There aren't, they haven't generated, but when they do generate you'll know them. They stand out quite heavily. I don't know where to try, where best to head up to. Well, maybe we head over to those reefs for starters. I'm going to need them anyway, and then we can see about a boogie board. I think as well might be useful. The fish spear will come in handy as well in a moment once I find some fish, because it will allow me to get some much needed protein in my diet as well as just berries. But yeah, I am looking forward to this series. I've got a lot of plans, not least of which is I'm going to be using the tent bag, not just for my living, but there's going to be a variety of tents, and those tents will be useful for different things. So I may even have, in fact I will almost certainly have a right, that can go like that. What was it I'm trying to say here? There's a word and it's not working very well. Fish. Gotcha. Haha, you're mine. Right. So that's the fishing spear. Just allows you to capture those fish really easily. Well, not really easily, but easily enough. So I am going to need cordage. So I will still need more reeds. I really could use a lot more sticks. So we'll break the branchy leaves. No point breaking the non-branchy ones. Only the branchy ones will give you stickage. So yeah, I've watched people on the starting playthroughs of Vintage Story, and they spend a lot of time wailing on these leaves, and those leaves will never give you anything. I mean, they might give you a seed if you're very lucky, but look for the branchy ones. That's the rule of thumb. And he says hitting not a non-branchy one. Right, is that enough for that? I think. Yeah, there's a lot of nice things. I mean, these new driftwood pieces are quite a nice little addition to the game, and they're just vanilla, so. But they give, I don't know, a feeling of dynamicism to the world, as if it's, you know, bits of detritus still washing up and stuff like that. I'm going to question whether we will do the lore content in this series. Probably try and do the Resident Archive, although that's scary on your own. But it's a single player thing, so you know. The prison, if you've seen my series on the lore content locations, the prison is, well, I mean, it's doable. It can be quite nasty, but it's not the nastiest place in the world. But the village is cute. The trading mechanic is nice, but the content is fairly, yeah. Where I have an issue is the devastation, the fourth location in the lore content. Whilst the mechanic is a genius idea, it's a very nice puzzle game idea, the execution isn't the best. That's the fairest thing you can say. Right, I need an axe. I'm going to need some luggage. And if you die, you're really up a well-known creek without a paddle. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on the devastation, and I'm hoping it gets patched, because it's a beautiful concept, but just I don't think it's been brilliantly implemented. The Mad Crow, which I've not covered in any things, is a very tough boss in an area where if you die you can be really stuffed, really stuffed. I mean, proper stuffed. Right, let's grab all of this. That will do me for now. I need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 2 lots of those, as I recall, with 1, 2, and 3. And now we are boogie boarded up, so we can get around. The other thing I'm going to need is a bedroll, because it's getting dark already. Look, we've already gone through the first day. This is probably as good a place as any to spend the night, if I can pull enough stuff together here for a bedroll, because I've not seen any hostile animal mobs. It says tempting fate. So I think that'll just give me 2 of the 3 I need for a bedroll, and then we're going to need a fire. But I haven't found any clay, which one of the things I like to try and do early doors is get clay so I can start some of the essentials cooking, because you end up waiting for a long time for the fire pits to run. So if you can set yourself in an area, then no, I don't really want that. Or do I? Did I? Okay, maybe I do. We can take those. Yeah, we can get that back, can't we? So we'll no. So but the definition of what I just did to this is eating it, is it? Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just take a couple of extras like that, and then we'll get a bedroll. Love the new bedroll model as well. That's a particularly nice thing. Right, let's have a peek at the map. None of this terrain is screaming at me to go and explore it. Although that area up there might be interesting. Let's go and boogie board that way while we can. Mainly because of the sheer volume of trees and everything. This is real wolf stroke bear territory to my, especially over there with those big old great woods, redwoods even, not great woods, and that will wreck my day if we get one of those. I really want to make the best use of this grace period possible, and that is going to be a lot easier without bears eating my face. Still, there's not much great point in. I mean, I could make myself a spear. What good's it going to do? Because the coppers. Oh, hello. Might as well while I'm in the area. It's getting dark, so we'll pop that on. I can't go in too deep water though, otherwise I'll extinguish my torch. Yeah, so survival. This is what the name of the game is right now, and then the next thing will be tent. Will be the next big milestone that I need to achieve. Well, that and copper. Two big milestones, perhaps. But I don't like pottering around in the dark too much, so I think we're going to have to. If I could find some clay, I'd be laughing. Because I could get the clay forming side of things underway, or at least get some clay. That would dig up some of that, but yeah, this is not brilliant. What time are we at? 20:30. We can probably sleep. This will give me 7 hours, so 8. It'll be about 5 in the morning. It's not bad. Not brilliant, but it's not bad. Let's see how we go. I'll see you in the morning. Alright, so the next morning I've foraged a little bit. And I'm just kind of looking around here to see if I can't find anything of interest, whether it be clay or, well, anything. There's a cave which we can have a little dive down just to see what, if anything, we can see down here. I say I don't have a pick right now, so I can't easily go deep. That's bismuth. Okay, that's useful to know. Not the most useful ore to find, but you know what, it's better than none. I don't want to. I don't want to get in that waterfall. Because one of the things we're going to find in caves is ruins, and ruins are a great source of clothes, and clothes can be deconstructed thanks to some of the mods we have into flax fibres and fabric, which means that we can get a step closer to having a tent bag. That's going to hurt. No, it didn't. Okay, that's surprising. I expected that to hurt and it didn't. Okay, so we've definitely got bismuth. I've got logs on me, so I'm not completely screwed if I. Aha! See, this is what we're after. Ruins. So one linnet. Ooh, crash. Alright, back in a moment. Alright, managed to pick it up, and I think what happened was it tried to pick it up into the bag slot, when there was nothing there. Now if we do that and we break it, or we break the block, and that is, by the way, if you can hear that rust off to the edge, that is most definitely locusts. So don't want to be spending any longer down here than we have to. Do want you over there though. I'm going to break you. Let me put some of this stuff out of the way, because I'm also going to take these two tuning spears, or the scrap spears, doesn't matter, same effect. There's a book there which is some mining skill, and then we've got some bony soil down here which we'll grab because we can pant that outside of our thing. I expect a little bit of instability. You know, we are right out the bat on some of the newest versions. No torch holder, which was disappointing. Yeah, there's definitely, well, I can't go any further. I haven't got a means of digging that, so but anyway, that was not bad. A little ruin gave us some starting points. I'll use a log, that's what I've got the most of after all, at least not. And then we can continue onwards. We'll head up out of the cave. I see you down there. I don't want to see you down there. Let's not go that way. Let's try go that way. And see what, if anything, is over this way. I'm not sure whether this is the way I came in or not, to be honest. Oh no, that's definitely a locust nest. Right, we need to get out, so I don't want to be anywhere close to those gits. Not this early on. And again, you'll notice that hostile mobs are spawning, which, you know, if... Oh, that's where I came in, okay. If the game had been true to itself, then they wouldn't have spawned, because we've told it not to spawn them, but they are being spawned by something outside of the normal spawning rules, aka the spawners, so hence why we were seeing them. Right, I need to... Well, let's start off by reading that mining book. That will give me some of my X skills, which I think is in here. So survival, collecting, mining, and I've got 25 of 200 points. And we can move on. We'll have a little peek. I still need... Red wine caps are definitely okay, so we'll have those. Again, we're foraging at the moment, so we'll keep the food situation going. But ultimately, we're going to want to get into picking up dangerous mushrooms and stuff for the alchemy, but not until we've got storage. I think that's a given. Probably need to turn off the auto mushroom markers as well, although it doesn't matter. Let's have a look. Zoom Reborn mod. Absolutely quality of life mod for me. I wouldn't play without it now. But I'm not seeing anything. I think I'm going to head south and then try and join that ocean bit and see what we can find. We might run across some. What's the word I'm looking for? Clay on the way down this way. So, or caves. Hello. That's exactly what we wanted. Right, we need to sort ourselves out just a wee bit here. That, I'm not sure whether we can scrap those. Let's have a look. We can. That's all good. And then we can put you back together like that. That can go away. That's just heavy carrying. The Sammys, those can go in. The logs can go in. That can go in. That can go in for now, I suppose. Right, got some more carrying capacity. Let's. What are you? We'll use granite rather than just throw it away. Shovel. I'm going to get 2 or 3 stacks of clay, I think. While we're here, I think 3 shovels should be enough. Perfect. Right, clay it is. Red clay. This is the new beastie. I'll be back in a bit. There's another cave over here, so we're going to have a quick poke our heads down. Quartz. Again, while we can, because the oh, it's that one. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. We'll just carry on down here for a second. I don't think there's anything hostile in that one. It's see again, anything that way? We know it's that way that we want to go. But again, just take advantage of the opportunity to grab a few freebies. Big old cave. Tin. Oh, if I had a pick, then I'd be laughing. I did also make myself some rammed earth just for blocking up out of things. Let's go back and have a look at that ruin. This is why I made the rammed earth, specifically for this kind of circumstance. But that ruin, as I recall, has got some stuff in it. I just don't think it's got much in the way of hostiles. But we'll go back and check, shall we? It was over this way, wasn't it? If it has got hostiles, we just bug out. Well, depends on what it is. If it's a couple of locusts, then especially the lower tier locusts, not so bad. If it's, yeah, it is this one, isn't it? Right, so there are a lot of spikes and things down here. This is probably the biggest source of damage down here is the spikes. Another ore vessel. What you get? Copper. Ah, we'll take it. Empty crate. Malachite. That's also copper, but more ore and more ore. Well, I'll definitely take copper all day. Ore. Oops, hello, ore. I suppose we should just grab that, because, not the thing, but the malachite will be handy. And we shall place you there. Don't really want that. Let's have a good look around. Can't remember what's down here and what's good and what's not. See, that kind of feels like there should be something up there, but there isn't. Then up here, Oh, here we go. Ooh, rusted pipe lamp. That's a nice light, isn't it? We can get rid of that. Jonas part I would like, but zinc ingot would be useful, but it's not desperately useful. Pipage. Not really seeing much else down here. But that is actually it won't go in the offhand. Okay, that's a consideration. Right, we need to head back up, don't we? But still, it's a light source of a kind. Right, onwards. I'll be back with you in a moment. All right. Ooh. Can't make out whether that's shadows or locust, but this is the first surface ruin that we've seen. It's not a brilliant one, but it might be a good place to set up our initial base camp, because we've got a little cave there, plentiful supply of timber. It's a little bit close to that forest, so you know, could be some unpleasantness over there, but let's have a look at this ruin, see what we got. So when I spoke about the nomadic series and the nomadic lifestyle, I've talked about that just because we are nomadic doesn't mean that we will be constantly moving. You know, the idea of a nomadic tribe, for example, is that they move around and rotten law book, well, we can read that and then throw it. They move around basically, so you do your, you know, oh jeez, that hurts. Yeah, you would, that was, I can't believe how much that hurt. Actually, that was surprising. I'm going to have to try and find a different way out, aren't I? Maybe through the window. The window might be a good option, because I don't want to take damage like that again. I suppose I could try and break it. That might be the obvious solution, because it is at least, I mean, it's really designed to be broken by the pick, but you know, at least this gives us somewhere to set up a dry set of pick kilns and stuff like that. Now I've got the clay. I just really would like that not to be there. Thank you. Yeah, we can clear out a load of the garbage around the place. Build this up a little bit and make it a little place to call home temporarily. So yeah, you're going to set up, and you're going to set up camps, and then you're going to move around, and that is the basis of this series. Really, we're going to be using a lot of tentage to you know, make this work, and like that I cannot break, but this one well, some of these I can, like that one. So I have got this book. This is another mining book, so we'll consume that. We'll read this law book, boink, and get rid, and we'll get rid of those for now. Well, he says picking them back up again, but we'll turn this into a little place as a temporary place to call home, I think, because we're going to need to, well, we need to make several things. We're going to need a pickaxe mold. Now I could use autocomplete for this, but to be honest, I find these things are just quicker to do by hand. Each to their own, I suppose, but you know, this, you just use a clever clever usage of the 3x3, and you're laughing for a lot of it. There's some bits you can't do with a 3, but there you go. So we'll get these set up, then we need to get some timber going for the pit kilns, some grass. I think I've probably got the grass and the likes. We also probably need to come down here and maybe just fill this in. I've got way too many shovels actually, that's not helping. But if I take this out, that kind of gives me a basement point to work in, doesn't it? I need to lose something. Lose that, there we go. And then we can just continue and we'll push this all back. This will become the basis of where we'll do our pit kilns. And then we can explore this area. I don't think there's much in the way of exciting ruins, but we'll set this as base camp. What I really need is like a little tent icon, isn't it? Which I haven't got. We'll go with that and we'll base camp 1 in purple. Save. There we go. Right, well I need to just continue working, so rather than hovering around, I will see you all again in a hot minute. Alright, all in. Let's light them up. That one is a storage vessel. That one is some ingot molds, because I think I can probably skip straight to bronze if I can get enough copper pieces. That one is a hammer mold, and that one is a pick mold. So yeah, get those. You will it? Yes, you are. Okay. So that's that, and then we can basically work on this area to kind of make it a little bit more useful to us, I suppose. You know, some of this needs to go. We don't want this in the area. We'll break this stack of small crates. A lot of this is going to be thrown away, of course. Like these we don't really want, and then we can patch up the floor. We can put a roof on. We can make this our temporary base for the first 3 or 4 days while we try and progress forward. Now the biggie is going to be oh damn, I've just gone the biggie is going to be setting fire to myself. Yes, I know. Right, the biggie is going to be patching that hole. Let's not go that way, let's go this way this time, and we shall go yoik yoik. Let's stick those berries down my neck. And well, I'm going to continue working on just getting this area sorted out a little bit. So, catch you in a moment. Alright, it's the next day. We are going to call this here. We've got to wait for all of that lot. Well, we don't have to wait here for all of this lot to finish firing, but it's not going to fire in one night. So we do need to wait for that. I've made another reed basket and just dumped off a whole load of stuff there. I do need to make myself, in fact let me do that right now while I think about it. No, 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 yes, get there eventually, because then we can also pan this stuff while we're waiting, can't we? But yeah, we've got a little home base. We are going to get ourselves in. We'll pop our things. That was a good start. I mean, that linen bag was actually a really good starting point. But we'll hang on. Let me lighten the scene a bit. and we shall get a screenshot. Oh, and also there's a seed vessel there, which I had not noticed. Let me just put that away. So one of the things I am going to do with these base camp areas is I'm going to basically plant seeds around the water. I'm not planting gardens at this stage, but then if we ever come back this way, and there's a farming book, so if we ever come back this way, we'll be there. So survival, we've picked up a few survival skills, no combat skills, we've not got any temporal adaptation. Collecting, we've got a little bit of farming, some digging, forestry, mining, husbandry none. Processing, obviously we've done none of this yet. We've done a bit of pottery, so we can get the pottery there, and cooking, we've done a tiny bit as well. So, you know, those are skills that are going up. I need to carefully walk into there. And yeah, and there's our... In fact, did that... No, it didn't make a difference. That was the cooking. Okay. But, yeah, it's not a bad start. And we've got a little base to work out of. So next episode, there's some caves around the area, and we'll probably just start perusing the immediate surroundings. We're looking for more in the way of ruins and caves, again, while we have the things. I want fabric. That's what I need. I need myself not linen bags. I need myself to make a tent. Once I've got a tent, then we are really starting in the direction of the nomadic lifestyle, which I'm aiming for. But I witter and waffle on too long. Until next time, copper down there. Until next time, I will see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.